Welcome back to another episode. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about belief. Now, we hear this word all the time, and maybe to you, you might be thinking, oh, not another one of those videos talking about I need to believe myself. But the fact is, you do. You do need to believe in yourself. What do you actually think helped these successful people get to where they are? Yes, they may have had opportunities, but a big part of that was belief in themselves. Belief to take that opportunity and run with it. The main difference between you and the people that you see that you look up to really is belief. Because the truth is this, most people don't fail because they're incapable. It's because they don't have belief. They say doubt kills more dreams than failure ever did or ever does. Why? How many people do you know that have been in a situation where they had an opportunity, but they didn't take it because they didn't believe in themselves? I'm sure you know a few people like that, right? So what was the determining factor between them living out their full potential and what they're doing now? It's belief. They didn't believe in themselves to take the opportunity. They didn't believe in themselves to do something that most people don't believe in or take the hard path. They decided to take the easy route. See, the invisible foundation of one's life is belief. Every action you take, every risk you avoid, every success you allow yourself to have is based on the belief that you have. What you believe shapes who you become. See, belief is like a filter. It controls what opportunities you take and what risks you avoid, what you consider possible. Two people can have the same skill, same intellect, same strategy. One becomes successful while the other one doesn't. What's the difference? Belief. It's not always talent and it's not always resources. There are many successful stories of people we know today who had no resources and have still become a success. See, there's something called belief conditioning, and that is built up through your upbringing, environment, and your exposure. In The Magic of Thinking Big, David Schwartz says, your mind is a factory. Whatever you believe, your brain will create the evidence to support it. You will create the products of that belief. If you believe success is rare, then you'll avoid trying. If you believe money is the root of all evil, then subconsciously you'll run away from it. You'll sabotage any wealth that comes your way. If you believe you're not meant for more, you're not going to look for more. You will live within this box that you have created. And that box is your belief. Now, environment shapes belief heavily. Let's talk about where you grew up. See, someone raised in a small town or a village or an isolated part away from the main city. The idea of success is often limited to what they've seen. If the most successful person within that area earns about 60K a year, let's say, that's the ceiling. Now compare that to somebody that lives in a city with wealth, for example, Miami, Dubai, or New York, or LA. Cities where you have billionaires that walk past you on the street and luxury cars are normal and you see the abundance of wealth. Cities where entrepreneurship is a lifestyle. Most people have businesses and they earn more than 100K, even a million a year. The person that grew up in that environment is gonna have a way bigger belief than the person that grew up in a small town. Environment doesn't always guarantee your success, of course, but it can normalize it for you, and it does affect your belief system. Now, the internet has changed a lot of that. Nowadays on social media, you can see people from all walks and backgrounds, whether it's a small town, a big city, having success. Why? Because the world is connected and people are able to increase their belief based off what they see on the internet. And that's what this video is for, to help you increase your belief. See, the internet is just a tool and you need to use it to help you. Now, I remember hearing this saying, if you do not come from a rich family must come from you. There is no excuse, especially after watching this video, for you to not have any type of success. You have to have the right mindset. You have to have the belief in yourself. I came from an average family. My mom and dad both moved to the UK when they were very young, and they worked their way up. They had jobs. They allowed me to have a better foundation than them. And one thing that has kept me going since I went to my dad's retirement party was that I realized he came here and he's done his thing. He came here and he's achieved success based on where he came from, of course. Imagine you move to a whole new country, you don't know the language, but you learn it, you work your way up, and you provide for your family. I realized that he set the bar for me. And now it's about me going above and beyond that bar. I cannot let my parents down for the foundation and opportunity that they gave me. That's what kept me going. When school and university didn't look like it was the way forward, I found other things. I looked outside of the box. And that's how I found things like trading, crypto. I failed many things on the way to finding trading, of course. I failed so much. But I still had belief in myself. And I believed that one day I'll find the right path. Now, you have to drop your excuses. Just because you don't come from a wealthy family, it doesn't mean anything is wrong. Don't be the person that envies somebody that you see that's rich and think, oh, I wish I was like them. You can work hard and get to that position. And you have so much more lessons because you came from the struggle. You came from the bottom. So it's important to have belief, because belief shapes action and action shapes results. See, Morgan Housel said in The Psychology of Money, people do not form their beliefs around money logically. They form their beliefs around money based on how they grew up and what they experienced from their environments, the world that they grew up in. Meaning, while your financial position at this point in time is not your fault, it is your responsibility to build if it's holding you back from the life that you want right now. Now, let's talk about some myths that people believe, right? And you've probably heard some of these. Money doesn't grow on trees. Rich people are evil. Rich people are greedy. Money is the root of all evil. People like us don't get rich. Money changes people. You have to work extremely hard to earn loads of money. Success is only for lucky or special people. None of those myths are true. I remember hearing some of those things growing up. And when you're a young kid, you take it on because you don't know any better. But as you get older, you start to experience life through your own lens, and you start to make up your own judgment and mindset. And you realize, hold on, there's rich people that are really, really giving and really nice. And there's poor people that are really, really evil and stingy. One thing you have to understand about your beliefs, and I ask you this question: what do you believe about money? Do you believe money is bad or good? Do you believe being rich is bad or good? Do you believe earning a lot of money is hard or easy? What you believe will shape how you operate on a day-to-day basis. And subconsciously in the back of your mind, you will either avoid becoming successful and rich, or you will work towards being successful and rich. See, I had to reprogram my mind. My environment wasn't a rich environment. I had to learn these things. And I had to position myself and talk to people that were doing very well in life. And I spoke to so many people. Being broke is not a bad thing, but having a poor mindset is. So you have to expand your thinking, you have to expand your mind, and you have to make success the norm. Change who you are around, change the conversations that you have. Are you always talking about the same things with the same people? They say you're an average of the 5 people you spend the most time around. What is it that you and your friends speak about? If you hang around 4 broke people, you will be the 5th. If you hang around 4 unhealthy people, you will be the 5th. If you hang around 4 go-getters that are trying to become successful, you will be the 5th. If you hang around 4 fit people that are active in the gym, you will be the 5th. So you have to understand as well, your friends and who you have around you do determine where you end up in life as well. Now, perhaps you're in a situation where you can't help it. You don't know people that are successful. You don't have friends around you that are successful. That's fine for now. And that's where social media can be a bit of a hack, because you can network with people online. You can follow people who are successful and learn things from them. This is something that I personally did. I would learn a lot from people who are successful on social media and take note of the things they do and read the books that they read. And the magic of thinking big reinforces this idea. Your success is determined not by the size of your brain, but the size of your thinking. So unlock your mindset. Be open-minded. Break outside the box. That's the main difference between somebody that's successful and somebody that's not. When you have conversations with certain people and you ask them, why didn't you try this? Why don't we try and go on these holidays? Why don't we try to, aim to have a big house, or get a better car, or have a better job, or earn more? You will hear their belief from their answer. Oh, I don't think so because of this, or nah, I'm okay with this. And I'm not saying being content is a bad thing, but if you listen to their answer carefully, you will see the limit of their belief more often than not. So how can you change your belief? 1, change what you put into your brain. Limit what you consume in terms of media. Don't just be scrolling, watching nonsense for hours and hours and hours. Don't be binge watching all the time on Netflix. Of course, it's good to have some leisure time, but limit that time and make sure you balance it with growing and looking at good content, positive content, content that can help you get to your goals and achieve your goals. Surround yourself with people that are like-minded. This one is key. Sometimes you will be alone in the beginning, but if you hold that belief, you eventually start meeting people that are like yourself. Build a relationship with them. Make that effort, because two heads are always better than one. If you have to move to an area where the people that you want to be like are living, you may have to do that. Make sure you expose yourself to bigger opportunities. Try new things and don't be afraid of failing. Travel more, network more, take risks more. Your brain needs experience and evidence to build your belief. Put yourself out there. You have to affirm this stuff. So you have to tell yourself, I can do it. I am capable. I will be successful one day. I will have these things one day. I will achieve my dreams. In a world full of negativity, you have to be the positive light in your own life, because not everybody's going to support you on your dream, and you won't always get that pat on the back. But you have to have that bulletproof mindset and belief that you can do it. So just in closing, your environment may have influenced you into the person you are today, but it doesn't need to define you forever. Your upbringing might explain who you are and why you do things a certain way, but it doesn't need to decide who you ultimately become. Your belief system is the foundation of everything. If you upgrade your belief, you upgrade your life. I'll leave you with this line from The Magic of Thinking Big. Believe it's possible and your mind will find ways to make it real. That's today's episode. If you got value from it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share with a friend, and I'll see you in the next one.